That would be me.
Look who we're hanging with.
Ryan O'Halloran.
Jason David Frank.
Humberto Ramos.
Please do not change channel.
Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to the Hangin' With Web Show. I'm GW Pomature, and we are here hanging at the Bay Area Renaissance Festival. Before we get started, go down and hit subscribe. Right now, that's perfect. You push the button. Perfect. Now, we're here at the Bay Area Renaissance Festival, and we are hanging with Dan Fox and Todd Hebler?
Hebler, sure.
Hebler, sure. Why not?
Yo.
Hibbler,
You got it.
It's whatever you want to say.
Hibbler.
I don't, you know.
Hibbler.
I don't know
If you
what we
pronounce
did.
it any way you want to, we'll put it in the description. You guys can pick on it from there.
Yeah, vote on it.
These guys are, you guys will remember over at the Brevard Renaissance Fair, we covered some of the Splatter Time Players. This is some more Splatter, if you haven't been able to tell.
Yeah, they're our brothers.
They're our
These
twin
are
brothers.
Twin brothers.
Splatter Time Players.
Yeah.
That's us.
Now, Dan, tell us, let's remind them all what the Splatter Time Players are, because your ensembles might not give it away.
Well, we perform the Mud Show, the Renaissance Festival.
The Mud Show.
We do the Mud Show, and we travel around the country performing the Mud Show. We play sort of a homeless, ragtag couple of dudes living in a pit of mud, and then people sit down and watch our antics, and that's pretty much the idea of the show. We don't, see, here's the thing, is we don't juggle, we don't walk a tightrope, and we don't eat fire. So we had to figure out some sort of a hook.
So what you're saying, this is YouTube, this is the internet.
Mm-hmm.
These kids know what we're talking about.
Okay.
So when you found yourselves with an extreme lack of talent,
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely.
you said if we jump in the mud, people will watch us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a scam.
It's a scam.
Perfect.
Yep. Yeah, we've tricked them into thinking they saw something.
Right.
And they laugh.
Yes.
They have a great time.
Absolutely.
And we caught some of the show. You guys are hilarious. by the
Did
way.
you?
Yeah.
Today?
No. Not you guys in particular.
The other guys in Brevard.
Okay.
The other guys are really funny.
They are. They're good.
So, guys, let's kind of dive into the act a little bit. Tell us about your characters, Dan. What are you bringing to the show?
My character name is Lickity Splickity.
Lickity Splickity.
Mm-hmm. And I am brothers with my brother here.
My full name, if you guys want my full name, it's Tuggy Woodstock 99 von Schmeckel.
Yep.
Tuggy Woodstock 99 von Steckel.
But I go by Tuggy von Schmeckel. Yeah.
Or Tuggy or Tugs or Tugboat, whatever.
So like anything.
Anything.
So like answer to like, hey, you.
I don't care if you pronounce my last name wrong. I don't care if you pronounce. I'm just a go with the flow kind of guy.
Just kind of hanging out.
Just kind of hanging out, living my life.
So now when we caught the show in Brevard, right?
You should see us here.
Yeah.
We will.
Okay, good.
We'll definitely get over there.
And then tell us which one you like better.
Yeah.
So we can rub it in our brother's
That
faces.
is
You're assuming
so
we win.
loaded question.
You're assuming we
So,
win.
and they're comedians, so there's no telling that I'd even tell the truth.
Yeah.
If they did win, I might not tell them that.
Comedy's subjective.
It is very much. So we noticed something with the Brevard team.
Yep.
Okay, that there's sort of an unfair split. Somebody ends up in the mud more than somebody else.
Interesting.
Which one of you spends the most time in the mud?
They're doing it wrong.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We noticed one guy that was in the mud a lot more than the other.
You just snitched.
Yeah, you just snitched.
They're supposed to both be in the mud equally.
I said nothing.
Which one of those sons of bees is slacking?
Well, when they showed up on set, they were both filthy, so I don't know.
We'll get to the bottom of this. We in our show, we spend an equal amount of time. We each take a turn. The idea is we trick each other into falling into the mud.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil anything, but
Okay.
there's like
Now-
there's like a Rapunzel thing, and there's
they're doing a lot of different shows. You're doing a lot of different shows inside the Mud Show.
Yep.
Little
little vignettes.
Little vignette, I like vignettes. It's fun when you can use a nice theatrical term in muddy clothes.
We're professionals.
Really good.
Yeah, we're so homeless people.
Now, we also noticed that your cast is surprisingly for your audience single gender.
Right.
But it's a multi-gender skit. The vignettes are multi-gender. So who gets to wear the wig and the boobs?
Sure. Well, some of us come with boobs already.
Some of us work really hard.
I wasn't going to pick on Todd today. I wasn't
on eating cheeseburgers and breakfast burritos for your entire life to get this mic check, double T's.
Wow.
That's for Tuggy and Todd. These double T's.
Tuggy and Todd.
Can you see it? You want to zoom?
Those are his TTs.
These are my TTs. You want to zoom or you good? On this one? We're on this one?
Oh, yeah.
I thought we were on this one.
Yeah. Wow. So you guys split that up?
We do. See, the thing is in theater years ago, it was more historically accurate to have all men in the cast, and then some of the men would play women with a wig and things. And this is
they found out after a couple years in Greece that we were too ugly to do that.
Is that what happened?
Then
I'm pretty sure.
That's why it's a comedy show and not a drama.
That's right. they figured out. They took one look at us and they went, "Oh God, no, we need some chicks."
Right. It's true. It's true. That's one thing that
last time you guys saw a Broadway playbill that didn't have a chick center stage. I don't care if it's the Music Man. The Music Man's like off here.
Right.
And Marion the Librarian is right down there in the front going, "Hi."
There's no women in the mud show, not by choice. We just haven't been able to attract a good woman who wants to jump in the mud, to be in the mud all the time. I think it's dangerous. There's like risk of infection, or I don't know.
So again, you form the mud show from a complete lack of talent.
Yep.
You put together a group of guys with a complete lack of women.
Yep. It's another scam.
I think you really boiled it down.
Yeah, you figured this out.
And they used the word vignette.
we did. Yeah. And appropriately, but by mistake.
Appropriately,
I
yeah.
used
by mistake.
the word subjective wrong.
Yeah, you did. You absolutely did.
Yeah, because humor technically should be
Objective.
Yes. But it's okay.
It evens out. We balance it out.
Yes.
I say things right. He says things wrong. Get it?
How do you guys keep it fresh? How do you guys pick a skit that you're going to do?
Here's what we do. We have a structure for the show and a script for the show, but we rarely stick to it.
Yeah.
We kind of just go with the energy of the crowd, and as things pop up, which they always do because it's a chaotic atmosphere doing comedy in the daylight, for people, children, and hecklers, and things go off the rails really easy. So
yeah,
it kind of creates a life of its own.
We really feel the crowd. Like if they're tired, we're tired.
Dan, I know you do a lot of the scripts.
Yeah.
When you're picking a story that you want to play with, are there particular stories that stand out to you? Like I know you do a Rapunzel, and I know, so are there particular stories that stand out to you that you like to work with?
When I was for the real answers, when I was a little kid, I came out to the Largo Renaissance Festival, which was here in the Largo area. And one of my favorite shows was a variety act that happened in the land, and they did different skits. And I got so excited every time I watched it to see the different characters that the actors were playing. I wanted to do something like that as an adult. And the idea was that we would tell true stories about our lives, but they would clearly be, our take on Robin Hood and Rapunzel and Dirty Dancing because of the mud.
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah,
that one.
The historical story.
The historical Dirty Dancing story.
It's from the Bible.
See?
The original version.
Some of them are like, wow, really?
The original version. Look it up.
You need to come up with like a chapter and verse number, and people will just go wild.
Yep.
They will, because they won't know. And they'll just go, oh my God, did you hear what he said? Best crowd moment in the show. What's the funniest thing that's happened to you guys from the crowd angle? Those hecklers can be as good as the show sometimes.
Or terrible.
Or terrible.
Or awful, yeah.
Or awful, or mean.
Yeah.
We had one yesterday.
Like the little kids that are the meanest. They're like, we're not funny at all.
Oh, they're so combative. It's the only language they speak is violence.
Yeah.
Kids.
And they have big swords, and people sell them things to hit you with.
They want to help. They want to get in there and get involved, but the way they do it is they're like, that's what they do.
So, best heckler moment, best moment for you.
You had one yesterday that was great.
The guy who...
There's a woman in the crowd, and we were getting everybody pumped up and telling jokes, and a woman, she went, get in the mud!
It was right at the beginning of the show. We're just warming up the audience. And this is exactly what she did, because she looked right... Which one are we on here?
You're right here.
We're on this one?
Yep.
She went like this. She went, get in the mud already! Right in the front. Right in front of me.
Everybody heard.
Everybody heard, and it broke my heart because we were at least 10 minutes away from getting in the mud.
Yeah.
We had a lot of buildup to get past, so that we wanted to create a moment.
She wasn't waiting.
Oh, and she, for the next 10 minutes or so of us performing together, doing jokes, building up the energy of the show before one of us goes into the mud, every time I would look at her, she just looked more and more disappointed in the fact that we were not getting in the mud.
Wow.
Yeah.
She looked.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then right before, the moment before he jumped in for the first time, she got up and left.
Her whole family.
Her whole family.
Just before.
Right before.
Just before.
And I said, good! Good! She's gone and I'm glad she's gone.
And she didn't get to see you in the mud.
She didn't. I don't want her to ever see it.
Not
I
ever.
don't want her to ever see
Not
it.
ever.
No.
So you're on YouTube and you know who you are.
Yeah. If you're watching this, don't ever come and see us.
Star Trek Dragon Slayer 72.
Yeah.
You got your number, girl.
Get in the mud already!
You get in the mud.
Wow. So, guys, where are you guys now? You guys are going to be here the rest of the run?
Yeah.
Right?
We have to. It's in our contract.
It's in your contract. You can't leave no matter what.
Nope.
Now, this is, you guys are making your own mud over there.
Yeah,
this
it's just dirt and water, man.
This is
Give that away.
And a little bit
trade
of comedy.
secrets. Trade secrets. Not much talent. Little dirt, little water.
Yes, here's the
no
thing.
girls.
No girls. No women allowed.
You're allowed. Dan said y'all can come around, but with all the mud and the guys, and take a look.
It'll get weird.
It'll get weird.
It'll get weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Layers. That's the trick.
I had the opportunity to film the Brevard Renaissance Fair over the top of them showering.
It's true. It's true.
It's a true story,
Bird's eye
guys.
view,
I can't
like-
make that out. I'm like, I can't unsee that, man.
Nope.
I can't. I've been trying.
After the show's done, the real magic happens. It's two shower heads right here and right here.
Hoses.
And us just.
We just talked about the show.
They're
talked
a
about the show,
very
talked about our lives.
You were really funny.
Yeah.
You were really funny
You did a
today.
great job.
No, you did a good job.
You did a great job.
While
Come
we're
right here.
showering. High five. When we're
There it is,
showering.
there it is.
Hey, get my back.
Got it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Get my front.
See, you can't unsee it now either. Okay, she's going to hold up the card that says I got to say goodbye.
Oh, is that it?
As I do that, I'm going to say
There was
thank
so
you
much more.
to our partners and friends. They were about to have a moment. They were having a moment. I'm going to say thank you to Something Unique Magazine, Famous Faces and Funnies, Off the Chain Radio with Yvonne Mason, Asylum Convention Entertainment Services, Space Coast Comics, and our great new friends here at the Bay Area Renaissance Fair. It's great again seeing you again, Dan. Thanks, Dan Fox and Todd Hibbler. The Splatter Time Players. Catch them at a Ren Fair near you. If you're watching this in the next couple weeks, get on over to the Bay Area Renaissance Fair where you can catch the Splatter Time Players. They're the headliners. Ask for them by name.
Yeah, we're the biggest show out here. Tell everybody.
Definitely the dirtiest show out here.
Yeah, take that, Joust.
That's right. That's right. So, guys, remember, log on, tune in, and see who we're hanging with next.
Wow.